Hello everyone, Brickosaurus227 here. Ever since the Stryfe came out in 2012, people have been looking for a successor. The Stryfe is arguably one of the most popular Nerf blasters and pretty much a one-size-fits-all blaster. In my opinion, it's definitely not my favorite type of blaster, but I get where a lot of people like it because it's a very versatile blaster. It's a core blaster. It's basically your default blaster. The Retaliator and the Stryfe are the default blasters of the hobby. And the Stryfe is really good for modding. For years, we've been waiting for the successor. We got that with the Spectrum, and honestly, the Spectrum blew me away. But the Spectrum was missing one key ingredient: tacticalness. The Stryfe was actually really tactical. You could have attachments on it to customize it however you want. The Spectrum came with certain types of attachments. Now you could get a longer stock from the Villainator, but the Spectrum didn't have as much customizability. Well, ta-da! This is the Big Power Electric 531, and basically, it's a Stryfe. The core blaster is a Stryfe with a bunch of attachments. Now it looks like, and also it looks kind of like a long strike, not quite, but it's like a sniper rifle that's flywheel. I've been running like a flywheel long strike for a long time, and these attachments look dope, especially that stock. I can't wait to get this open. Oh my goodness. Alrighty, we got a lot in this box. So, you get, as you see, you get quite a lot for $40. And honestly, I'd say it's about worth it. I've shown these goggles in previous reviews before, and I don't think it's really important for me to talk about them again. Go check out my other reviews if you're really curious about the goggles. I've talked about the darts a lot in my other videos too, so I'm not going to cover them right now. Again, if you really are curious about the darts, go check out my other reviews. Alrighty, now that we have everything open, let's take an in-depth look. First we have the targets. These are really nice targets. Like I said in my previous videos, you just shoot the dart and they'll knock down, and they knock down pretty easily, so you don't have to worry about them staying up when you shoot them with a dart. Most Nerf blasters will be able to knock these types of targets down. So that's pretty cool that you get 3 of them, and they're pretty cool. I really like them. Let's actually take a look at this core blaster, and I'm going to explain why this could potentially be better than the Stryfe. But first, let's take a little bit more of a detailed look. First impressions of the grip, really good. That is, wow, that's a good grip, guys. Like I've said before, these blasters have really good ergonomics, but this is the best one by far. Wow, it's designed so well. Oh my goodness. So let's do a brief overview. Again, starting with the grip, it's really, really good. I really like this grip. It's one of the best grips I've got my hands on, honestly. The rev trigger is very standard, really nice. It has a nice snappiness. It's actually a really good rev trigger as well. The main trigger, this is the best big power trigger. It's really nice and snappy. Wow. And the mag release seems to work pretty darn well. Over here we have an actual in-strength barrel lug. That's for Coop. And then of course we have a stock attachment point and a tack rail, and all of these attachment points are compatible with Nerf. Right here we have the mag well, obviously. There's quite a bit of cool detailing on the blaster. The quality is amazing, and there is a huge big ol' access door. Now it's not too stable in there, but it's more stable than some of the Elite 2.0 stuff, and you have plenty of room to clear out all of those jams. Right here we have a scope, which is monstrous. It's literally the length of the blaster, and it fits on the tack rail just like that. And again, this scope is compatible with Nerf. Right here we have the stock, which seems to be pretty high quality, and it fits on this blaster quite nicely. I don't know how we're going to fit this in frame, but here we have the barrel. This is a really neat looking barrel. The quality is good. It also fits nicely. Really snug fit. It's not unstable like a lot of other Nerf barrels, so it's really nice. So right here we already have a huge sniper. I'm going to have to pull the camera back a little ways. And no, I'm not trying to brag that I have a Prometheus. That's literally where I have to put my Prometheus, right there on the table, because I have nowhere else to put it. So, taking a look at this long behemoth of a blaster, it looks amazing. Now let me see how it feels. Shouldering this blaster. Oh my gosh. Wow. Alright, I can't really show you, but it has one of the best stocks in ergonomics I've seen. On one of my last reviews, I talked about how good the ergonomics on this were. This has actually better ergonomics. So honestly, this outdoes the 508, I think. I could be wrong. This outdoes the 508 in pretty much every way. It's amazing. This blaster is amazing. Now, let's see how smooth the mag well is. And, okay, this is a problem. The mag is very it's a very tight fit, which is good for, like, if you accidentally hit the mag release button, it's not going to just fall out. But it could be a wee bit annoying for sure. But I need to know, is the stock compatible with Nerf? Oh no. Come on. Are you kidding me? The stock theoretically is compatible with Nerf, but it doesn't fit. Dang. Although, I will definitely, cut some of this off so I can actually fit it on, but it doesn't quite fit. The barrel does indeed fit, although it doesn't look too good on the Stryfe. But sadly, the stock doesn't fit. Now, you can easily modify it to where it could fit, but it doesn't fit. Now, the stock will fit something that doesn't have an under lip. This is my painted and modified Chewbacca blaster, and this stock fits on there perfectly, and it looks pretty good on it as well. So as long as it doesn't have the under lip, it'll be fine. Alrighty, let's install the batteries. Batteries are installed. Let's hear the rev. Whoa! That is a pretty snazzy rev right there. It works really well. To load the blaster, you simply put the darts into the magazine like so, just like a traditional Nerf mag. The magazine advertises 10 round capacity, but it can in fact hold 13 rounds, which is nice. Once you load your mag, just simply slide it into the mag well and fire. Wow, it feeds really well. That feeds so well. The trigger pull is so much better than the Stryfe. The performance seems better than the Stryfe. This looks really good so far. I'm really impressed. So far, this blaster is speaking for itself. And I'm about to give the verdict whether this is better than the Stryfe or not, but first we need to do a range test. Alrighty guys, out here with the Big Power 531, and basically just going to do a range test. I finally got a stand that will go high enough for me to so I don't have to actually bend down, so this will be the actual range. And I also just got some brand new batteries, Ryovics, just put them in here, fresh batteries, never used before, so we'll get the max performance out of this. So I'm going to be doing the range test without the barrel, mainly because the barrel really limits the range. So I'm just going to be doing it without the barrel, starting with Dart Zone Waffle Head darts. Very good ranges. Now I noticed something very interesting. When I use the waffle head darts with the barrel on, it does not work well at all. Now the included darts and elite darts work well with the barrel. These darts on waffle head darts with the barrel, the feeding is not too good. It seems to kind of get jammed up in there, and that's not great. So if you're using darts on waffle head darts, I wouldn't necessarily recommend putting the barrel on, even though the barrel does look sick. Alrighty, 10 of the included big power darts. 12. I'm noticing a huge power boost with the Ryobic batteries. So the included batteries are good for just testing your blaster out, but I would definitely recommend buying some Ryobic or alkaline batteries. The lowest start at 31 feet, which is definitely improvement over the lowest start of the last few range tests, so that's great. Second dart, 34 feet. These seem to be just the two that really went to the tail end, because it's still a while until we get to the other grouping of darts. So these two, I don't know what it is, but apparently these two just didn't want to fly too far. Next grouping of darts, we have some big power and Adventure Force. At around 40 feet, which is really nice. Last grouping of darts at 43 feet. And then the farthest dart at 48 feet. And again, I want to be clear, I've stated this in my previous reviews, but the range on flywheel blasters is different. For instance, the Stryfe is about the same as this. It's actually, for my Stryfe, is a little less. Now, obviously, I rewired my Stryfe and it shoots much farther. So, for a stock flywheeler, this is pretty good. This is just average. I've seen chronograph results with this for around like 70-something FPS, which is great. So, again, as far as performance, right on par with the Stryfe. So, yeah, nothing too bad. I mean, it's not outstanding, but it's still not too bad at all. So, what do I think of the Big Power 531? I really like it. There is a couple problems I do have, and I'm hoping that it's just with a fluke with this particular blaster. And that is mainly with the feeding. So, with the barrel, for some reason, it doesn't work too well with Adventure Force waffle-head darts. Now, I retested it again, and it worked. But there's still some feeding issues. And I'm starting to think that it's the magazine. It depends on the magazine. And that is because I think it's just certain magazines, for some reason, don't feed well with this blaster. I seem to be the only person that's having this problem. My 18 round mags work. Some of my 12 round mags work. It's just a weird thing. And I haven't really seen anyone else have this problem. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but Bots and Blasters had a similar problem with the 508. Or someone did. And that's not this blaster, it's a different one. But that seems to be just isolated to the 508. I don't know. I had some similar problems with the 508, but once I switched to Nerf mags, everything worked fine. This is pretty finicky with mags. I'm pretty sure, though, it's just this particular blaster. And still, most mags seem to work very well with it. Honestly, I would give this a 10 out of 10, but with the feeding issues I'm having specifically, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9 out of 10. I still think it's a definite buy, and most likely you won't have the trouble. And if you do, it actually would be an easy fix. So I'm just going to go in there, just kind of adjust some things in there, and see if I can fix it. I don't think you're going to end up having this problem, because I haven't really seen anyone else have it. It just seems to be with me. And it still works with certain mags very well. So the core blaster itself, when it works, I would have to say, I'm going to go ahead and say that it is, in fact, better than the Stryfe. For many reasons. First off, there was actually a good bit of room in here to put a LiPo, but it's still very compact. It's more thinner and slimmer in design. It's definitely more comfortable. The trigger is much better in my opinion. Really nice and snappy. One thing I do want to note again is you have to pull the trigger all the way and make sure you pull all the way. Otherwise, you are going to have feeding issues. But again, most of the problems I have seem to be related with feeding issues, because I haven't seen anyone else have this problem, so it's just me. And I'm going to be getting sent more of these blasters, specifically of this model with other attachments soon. So I'll see if the other ones have the same problem, which I doubt they will, because no one else seems to be having this problem. Another con that brings it down to 9 out of 10 is the stock. It is a great stock with this blaster and other big power blasters, but it's not compatible with many Nerf blasters. So the stock is good with this blaster and other big power blasters, so I'm not complaining too much about that. I would still give it a 10 out of 10 even with the stock. But apparently, and also the barrel decreases the range. It looks sick though. I mean, it looks so good. But yeah, that magazine problem, I'm not sure how to handle that. Even though the 501 is really nice, I'm going to have to say this is probably my favorite. They need a naming system for these blasters, and I'm actually kind of talking to them through email about it. Maybe some name suggestions, but Yeah, I honestly really like this blaster. It's really good. It has a snappy trigger. It looks great, even without like the attachments. I think it looks better than the Stryfe. It kind of reminds me of the Phoenix, except this is much better quality than the Phoenix. It's really just a nice blaster in general, and no locks, so you can actually rev it up before you put the mag in. It doesn't even matter, because listen to the rev up time. It's literally almost instant. The magazine release is really nice too, and of course this is compatible with Nerf attachments, so even though this stock doesn't fit other Nerf blasters, other Nerf stocks will definitely fit this one. And the barrel, I believe, is compatible with Nerf. From what I've heard, it is. I actually have not tested out the barrel yet. But overall, a pretty good blaster. I actually really like it. It is better than the Stryfe, in my opinion. Now, the Stryfe is better to modify. This could also be modified. There seems to be a little extra room up around here and here for like motors and lipos if you want to do that. So there is some potential for sure. And I could definitely see this. Being a really popular blaster going forward. So overall, I really like it, and I think if you like the Stryfe, you should definitely pick this blaster up, and because it is better in my opinion. So that is it for my review. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comments down below. Follow me on Instagram at Brickosaurus227, and stay tuned for a giveaway coming soon, which will be sponsored kind of by Big Power. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Which, here is a teaser of what is to come in the next video. So, if you are not subscribed, definitely consider it. If you don't want to watch my videos, then don't subscribe. And if you don't like this video, well, if you want to, leave a dislike. Or you could just go into the next video. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
My junk drawer, my junk drawer. So many things I don't know what they're for, but I won't let it go. No, I will add more useless little things to my junk drawer.